This is Henle, Latin Year 1, page 79, exercise 90. Erat magna inopia frumenti. So inopia is the opposite of copia. So there was a large scarcity. Then frumenti is in the genitive, so of grain. There's a large scarcity of grain in castris Romanis, in the Roman camp, quod, because Galli Romanis copiam frumenti non dederant. Because, now this is in our plural nominative, the Gauls did not give, here's the dative, to the Romans a supply of grain. So this little clause here, because the Gauls did not give a supply of grain to the Romans, this is a dependent clause. This is our subject because it's in the nominative. This is our direct object. It's in the accusative. This is in the genitive. It's of grain. And then this is in the dative. It's our indirect object. Okay, so there was a large scarcity of grain in the Roman camp because the Gauls did not give a supply of grain to the Romans. Et frumenta in Gallia non erant. And there were not, here's an expletive, there were not crops in Gaul. So frumenta in the plural is crops. Frumentum in the singular is grain. Galli non erant amici Romanorum. The Gauls were not friends. It's a predicate nominative. The Gauls were not friends of the Romans, plural genitive. Itaque Caesar cum copiis et impedimentis. Therefore Caesar with troops, so copia in the singular is supply, copia in the plural is troops or forces. Therefore Caesar with troops, and this is baggage train, in Gallium venet. When in is with the accusative, it implies motion. So therefore Caesar came into Gaul. Agmen Caesaris longum erat. The battle line of Caesar was long. This is a predicate adjective. Via in angustis et altis montibus erat. The way, or the road, was in narrow and high mountains. It's in the plural ablative. Itaque Galli impetum in longum agmen fecerunt. Therefore, the Gauls made an attack on the long column. Sed Gallos legiones Romani vicerunt. So who conquered whom here? How do we know? Well, Gallos is in the plural accusative, so this cannot be our subject. Legiones is in the plural nominative. But, and then this is also in the plural nominative, the Roman legions conquered the Gauls. So that's how we know who conquered whom. If Gauls was in the nominative, they'd be the subject, the ones conquering. But the Roman legions are the ones in the plural nominative, so they are the ones conquering. They're direct objects, the Gauls. Itaque, in opidum tutum veneran reliqui Galli. Therefore, the remaining Gauls came into, here, remember, with the accusative, it's implying motion, into a safe town. Romani autem castra pro muro alto posuerunt. The Romans, however, placed or built a camp in front of the high wall. Prima acies Caesaris pro castris erat. The first battle line of Caesar was in front of the walls. Galli autem propter manium metum Caesaris impetum in castra Romana non fecerunt. The Gauls, however, on account of the large fear of Caesar, did not make an attack on the Roman camp. Itaque Romani impetum in Gallos fecerunt et Gallos vicerunt. Therefore, the Romans made an attack on the Gauls and conquered the Gauls. Again, the Gauls is in the plural accusative, so that's our direct object. Multos Gallos et maniam partem principum Galliae occiderunt. Again, you might be tempted to say many Gauls is the subject, but it's in the plural accusative, so this has to be our direct object. There is nothing in this sentence that's in the nominative, so we have to look at the verb. They killed, still referring back to Romani. They killed the Romans. They killed many Gauls and a large part of the leading citizens of Gaul. Post victoriam Caesaris, after the victory of Caesar, erat pax in Gallia. There was peace in Gaul. Itaque Galli maniam frumenti copiam Romanis dederant. Therefore the Gauls gave to the Romans a large supply of grain. We know manium and copium go together because you can see their endings match. They're both in the singular accusative. Therefore the Gauls gave a large supply of grain to the Romans, et non era inopia frumenti in castris Romanis. And there was not a scarcity of grain in the Roman camp. And here we have our little text box. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus exercituum. Holy, 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 Lord God of the armies. Fourth declension noun, plural genitive, of the armies.